Welcome back to Hypnosis Today, where we explore how people are using hypnosis to achieve remarkable things. If you've just joined us, I have as my second guests Abby Aguilera, who is an honors grad of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She is also my teaching assistant at Mommy and Me, where we teach all the moms how to use hypnosis to be the parents they've always wanted to be. She has with her her very special guest, who is Rebecca, who came to visit Abby to recover from post-traumatic stress. Please help me welcome my guests. Rebecca, I want to start with you. Can you tell me a little bit about what was going on?
Yes, I had several traumatic experiences. One that was particularly very, very bad. I was in an abusive situation and really just couldn't function. It was very, very difficult for me, and I just didn't know how to move forward and how to get through the day. I also knew that traditional therapy was not going to be the right thing for me.
How did you know that? Had you ever tried it before?
Yes, I had. And I found it very ineffective for me personally. And I was so lucky to have met Abby. And
how did you meet Abby?
She was referred to me.
It's very nice to get a hypnotherapist who comes through a personal referral, and that is excellent. And what were you hoping to accomplish through hypnotherapy?
I didn't even know. I was just having nightmares and I wasn't able to function. I just needed help. And she literally mapped out for me. She explained how hypnosis works and described to me what I was going through and how we were going to achieve what I needed to do. And it took quite a few sessions, and then I just started feeling so much better.
Yes. The things that you were describing are so common with post-traumatic stress, the nightmares, and the inability to move forward because everything reminds you of the trauma of the past. What kind of hypnotherapy did you use with any of your clients who come in with post-traumatic stress?
I make sure that they are able to find a safe place to go. We really work together. And I make sure that I take them into a safe space in hypnotherapy by taking them into a very deep hypnotic state and just reminding them that they are safe now, and that whatever that happened before, it's in the past, that they couldn't have done anything to change it, but they can change and design a bright, beautiful new future for themselves.
Beautiful. And yet with the post-traumatic stress, were you able to create in the theater of the mind a safe place?
Yes.
What was that like for you?
Honestly, I am so much better now than I've ever been before in my entire life. And I didn't know that I could be doing this well. I never dreamed it. And I know that I could be doing even better. And I am so immensely grateful to Abby because she gave me that space where I could be vulnerable. I have a hard time relaxing. I have a hard time allowing people in. But I just trusted her, and I knew that I wouldn't be judged. And what she just said is exactly, she created a safe place for me.
Well, I love to hear that, Abby, because the four corners of your office needs to be a sacred place, a safe space, with no shame or blame or judgment or criticism, where you can be your authentic self. But the thing that I was just most impressed with is that you laid out a treatment plan. Can you tell me your treatment plan for someone with post-traumatic stress?
Absolutely. I first really asked my client, what is it that they want to work on? Remind them that this is their journey and that I am going to be there with them in every step of the way, really having their best interest in heart. And after that, I explained theory of mind, how hypnosis works. And I start making them feel really relaxed, take them into a beautiful journey, and tell them that they have to be patient with themselves to know that this is going to be little by little, and they're going to start changing into whoever they want to be. So it's just really almost like customized, because everybody is different and everybody has a different desire. So I just work with that, Lisa.
You know, you use the word patient. I have a feeling, just an intuition, that it was really hard for you to be patient with yourself.
So true. Yeah.
So when Abby gave you the suggestion to be patient with yourself, how did you give yourself permission to be patient with yourself when maybe in your journey no one had been that patient with you?
Well, I'm not going to lie. She made herself very accessible to me. So I really, really needed help, and I really, needed to be able to reach out to her, and she was there. So we did have, a 2-hour treatment. I think definitely the first time, maybe it was even 3 hours. And then we just did kind of long sessions the first few times. But I mean, I would email her or call her or reach out if I needed it, and she was always there. And she always had the right thing to say. She's very intuitive to comfort me. And
well, there's something to be said about being that anchor for your client until your client can feel that he or she is the anchor for him or herself. And, I always say, I don't charge by the hour, I charge by the session. Is that how you feel too?
Absolutely, because I cannot put a price on how my client feels. Sometimes your client needs a little extra time, and I think that giving them that extra 10 minutes, extra 30 minutes, if they're going into a very hard time, you have to do it, because I am here to help and to provide that space. And if it's within my means, I will absolutely do it for Rebecca and for anybody
Yes.
that is going through a hard time.
To hold that space.
Of course.
You mentioned that you were having a hard time functioning.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, exactly what you said. When something would happen, I mean, I would hear a song, or I would hear, this person that did this to me was still contacting me and calling me. I was like literally in fear for my life. There were a lot of things. I just everything just reminded me of the things that had happened, and I didn't know how to stop thinking about it. It would just ruminate over and over and over again.
So it sounds like that negativity of the past
Right.
kept getting mixed up with the present and the future.
Right.
How did you separate the past from the present and the future?
We did a little bit of timeline therapy.
Can you explain to
And
us what that is?
We go through different parts of your life, and I help the client to disassociate themselves from the past in a healthy way, to know that what happened in the past stays in the past. I show them a little bit of their future or their projected future, so that they can also hope for something beautiful and meaningful ahead. So that's kind of like what I do.
What weren't you able to do that you're able to do now?
So much.
Give us some examples.
So much. I'm really, really confident now, and I'm able to say no. I've really been able to create boundaries for myself and not put myself in situations where I'm not doing something that's in my best interest. I'm able to just be honest and upfront, and not have to be passive aggressive, and I'm not as hard on myself. I have always been very type A, very hard on myself. I'm more gentle and more forgiving.
How did Abby allow you to be your own best friend?
Well, by being a good friend to me and showing me that, helping me see the value and reinforcing that I am a good person, and that, she's held up a mirror to me and showed me, these are your great qualities and this is what you offer people, and just kind of reminded me of the person I am and who I want to be.
So Rebecca, she didn't look at what was wrong with you. She just
Never.
helped you find out what was right with you.
Absolutely.
Bring it up and accentuate it.
Yes.
I've always said that I call HMI College of Hypnotherapy, I call it Hogwarts, because I think it's like a college of wizardry, that as we shift our attention, our world changes. Would you agree with that?
My world has completely changed.
So what are you focusing your attention on now?
Right now, I'm actually working on getting my career off the ground. I'm self-employed. I'm a realtor. So
Wow.
it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of confidence.
There's
and
that word again.
persistence. Yes, a lot of persistence. And just really positivity, keeping your frame of mind in the right space and being positive, because it's really, you need to approach people on the right foot.
With post-traumatic stress, there are a lot of trust issues. How did you let yourself open up and trust the hypnotic trance with somebody who was referred to you, but you didn't know from borscht?
She was so confident. She literally said, like, this is what you need. I mean, she held my hand. She cried with me at one point. You know, she said, like, this is what you need. But she related to me. I didn't feel like here she was as a therapist and here I was down here. I felt like I was talking to a friend. And I mean, she is my friend. I adore Abby. Like, I feel so grateful. She's enriched my life, and the treatment has enriched my life so, so much.
So what would you say to someone who's been through trauma, been through abuse, is not their best friend about trying hypnotherapy?
I would absolutely say, try it, do it. It's the best thing that you could ever do for yourself, and you deserve it. Everybody deserves to be happy, and everybody deserves to have the tools to, you know, create the life they've always dreamed of, and hypnotherapy has done that for me.
That's beautiful. Abby, everyone's going to want to know more about your unique, loving, such a loving form of hypnotherapy, and you can reach Abby Aguilera at hmigrads.com. Well, it appears we're out of time for today. I want to thank Abby and thank Rebecca for coming on my show and talking about their unique and very deeply personal experience. I want to thank everyone in our studio audience and everybody watching at home. My name is Lisa Machenberg, and I hope you'll join us next time when we meet more people and explore how they are using hypnosis today. Please stay tuned. We have a lot more coming up for you on HMI Web TV. That's Hypnotherapy Television, 24/7. Aguilera, who is an honors grad of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She is also my teaching assistant at Mommy and Me, where we teach all the moms how to use hypnosis to be the parents they've always wanted to be. She has with her her very special guest, who is Rebecca, who came to visit Abby to recover from post-traumatic stress. Please help me welcome my guests.
And
how did you meet Abby?
She was referred to me.
It's very nice to get a hypnotherapist who comes through a personal referral, and that is excellent. And what were you hoping to accomplish through hypnotherapy?
I didn't even know. I was just having nightmares, and I wasn't able to function. I just needed help. And she literally mapped out for me. She explained.
Rebecca, I want to start with you. Can you tell me a little bit about what was going on?
Yes, I had several traumatic experiences. One that was particularly very, very bad. I was in an abusive situation and really just couldn't function. It was very, very difficult for me.
Welcome back to Hypnosis Today, where we explore how people are using hypnosis to achieve remarkable things. If you've just joined us, I have as my second guests, Abby.
And I just didn't know how to move forward and how to get through the day. I also knew that traditional therapy was not going to be the right thing for me.
How did you know that? Had you ever tried it before?
Yes, I had. And I found it very ineffective for me personally. And I was so lucky to have met Abby